Hi, and welcome to the new playlist. I'm going to be adding how to get started in Unreal Engine videos for the next few months. And one by one, I want to start first. Actually, this is the second video, but we're doing it a little bit backwards, but that's okay. So I want to start first with this how to download and install your Epic Games Unreal Engine launcher and start a level. So the first thing you want to do is go to Epic Games. You can Google it. They're going to ask you to create an account. So go ahead and create an account and then you will hit download. For me, it would be install on Microsoft OS. For you, it might be Windows. That's fine. You're going to download the Epic Games launcher and it's here. If you go, let's see, we can just go to download and I can see. It'll ask me, get the Epic Games launcher. So you're going to want to do the launcher first. I already have it, so it's not showing it for me. So you're going to have to go ahead and download the launcher. Once that's downloaded, you'll see something like this. Okay, let's go through this launcher window and step by step for each of the tabs. So first you have up here, you have this thing called the store. Okay, that's going to link you directly to the Fab store where you can purchase or download assets for any of your games. You can get free ones or paid ones. It's community driven, so you can see here I'm in the UAE, so it's giving me the prices in dirhams. But so that's it. You can discover, browse, or get news there. Then we can go to the library, and the library is where you've downloaded assets, and you can create collections here. You can organize all your stuff by genre, by types, by platform, etc., etc. Because on Fab they have not just for Unreal, they have assets for Unity, say. Okay. So next we'll want to go here to Unreal Engine. Let me just do Fab Store really quick here. This is a direct link to the Fab Store. And this is where you can actually see the different assets they have. So you can choose here, do you want to go to Unity, Unreal, and download assets? And they have them listed by all different categories. And then once you choose a category, you can go filter by price, by release date, etc. Okay, what we're most interested in today is going here to this Unreal Engine tab. And we'll look across the top and we've got 4 tabs up above. So we have the news of Unreal Engine's news, their newest things. They just released 5.8, especially with a new animation demo, which is really pretty cool. So you should try and check it out. They have sample templates and sample games and sample environments that you can download and put into a level or create a project from here. These are really nice, especially if you're completely brand new and you want to just go in and see what you can do and experiment around. Feel free to experiment because experimenting leads you to some really cool stuff. Okay, here under library is where we're going to be launching our first game. And this is where you're going to find the different versions of Unreal, and you'll be able to see the projects that you have here. Because I have only 2 on this computer, it's fairly empty, but it can fill up pretty quickly. So make sure, they do take a lot of space on your computer, so make sure your hard drive is pretty good. And we'll talk about where you want to save it in a few minutes. Of course, we have Twinmotion here. You can install that separately if you want. And Reality Scan, which is a very cool thing coming out of Unreal Engine, where they go and scan all these great places in the world and you can use them in your projects. So I'll go back here to library and let's get started here first. Okay, so here up in the upper right, you can see what I have installed here. These are the 2 that I have installed already, and you can find other ones that you don't have installed, like other versions that you don't have installed, which is completely fine as well. So feel free to figure out which version you want. So you could just add, this is the newest one. You can see it's not installed. I'm going to be working today from 5.74. And you can see where it says launch. This is going to open up a game for me. In this little drop down tab, I can change anything I want here. Also, you can see here, you can remove this, set it as your current one. You can verify it, etc. I'm going to go ahead and launch a game for you. So I'm going to click launch. You can see it loading up. It has a lot of different components that it's going to load up. After it finishes loading, you're going to see this window, this new window here. And inside of here, you have the ability to start a new project from a template or from scratch, or you can open projects that you already have saved. There are sample projects and that have already been created that you can upload and build on. Okay, you have documentation for getting started, all these new ones, your very first hour in Unreal. So this one actually is kind of nice. There's all these tutorials inside of the engine, and they're nice and simple. There's also tutorials up on the website that go along with these. You can use those. You have forums and community, which opens up directly in your tab. Which is a useful place to start too if you want to see anything that the community is doing. Always nice. And then the future where Unreal is going and different release notes. Okay, we're going to start here with new project. Okay, so I've clicked new project. And this window will come up right here. And inside of this window, we have a few different things that we can choose from. So over here, depending on what your project aims are, you can choose games, video for cinematics, architecture for building up big kind of worlds, automotive for products, and simulators. Okay, we're going to do a game today. And in each of these all have templates that have been somewhat pre-built for you. So you have a blank one that I can choose from. It's completely empty. But then other ones of these, depending on if you're using, like, say, VR, AR, you want to try out a vehicle. It's already got vehicles inside. This is your very first one. You could do Welcome to Unreal and try from the very beginning. Top-down games, third person and first person. I'm going to go to third person. Take a look at it. You have the descriptions all here in the right-hand side. You can choose blueprint or coding. I'm going to stick with blueprint because as an artist, it's much more visual for me. Okay, then is it going to be released on desktop or on mobile? You can always change these settings later. I'm going to leave mine on desktop for now, and I'm going to leave my quality on maximum. You can change these at any point in your game setup, but for now, because I'm working on a desktop, and I want to have it fit my desktop, and I probably won't be releasing this game, it's just as this tutorial, I'll leave it there. And then, of course, you have different variants, so you could do side scroller, platforming, combat, all here if you want, or none. So you can choose one of these if you want. If you want to already have something set up inside, which is kind of nice. Then down here you have your location. Now you want it to be, I have mine, it says documents, and I really don't want mine in documents, but the closer you have it, I'll go ahead and put it here for today, but the closer that you have it to your root folders, the better, because sometimes if you have it stacked, a folder within a folder within a folder within a folder, you'll get errors. Okay, then you want to name it, and I'll just say here tutorial opening project. And you'll see, like, if I tried to put a space in there, you want it to be all one word. If I try to put a space in there, it says, oh, can't contain space. So go ahead and name it according. It'll tell you if you're doing it wrong, and then you hit create. And it will open up your project. All right, so here we are all set up here. Yours may look slightly different because I have things on one side and not the other. And you can change this, like how your editor interface looks, by going to Windows and changing the layout. So if you don't like the way that yours is laid out, you can go ahead and just use your default editor layout. I'll do that now so ours look kind of the same. You can see it here. You can use the old style as well. So it's given me my outliner on this side instead of this side, which is where I usually use it because I also use Unity and I prefer it on that side. But it just depends on what you like. And then you can open your content drawers down here and you can see your project where it's being saved and all the different folders that have been placed inside your project. To start a new level, I usually go into the content folder where we are here, right click inside here, create a new folder, name it my first level if you'd like, or anything like this. Okay, open it, then right click again and create a level. Now you can see if I hover over these, it gives you a description. So it already says this level is a collection of lights, volumes, mesh instances, and multiple levels can be loaded and unloaded into the world to create a streaming experience. This is for a sequencer, which is like an editor, which you could use later. This is materials. This is like a particle system, okay, and then your blueprints, okay. Now we'll just click level. We have a new level and we'll call it now my first level. And you can double click to open it. You can see there's nothing in it. It's perfect for us. And this is where we're going to jump then to lighting. And then after that, to add some like atmosphere and clouds in the next video. And then we'll talk about adding shapes, and we will go into then downloading some assets. Okay, I hope this helps. Have a great day.